You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
Starting off your 11 minutes of nonstop news with your forecast.
Chesley, we're ready for the weekend. You're watching some changes.
Yeah, clouds already in place. Take a look at this live picture of downtown Atlanta. You can see the clouds overhead. So mostly cloudy skies right now in the city. Most of the rain, though, well back off to the south and east of us. Got a few sprinkles down toward the Edenton area and Jasper County there. But you're looking at temperatures in the 60s. It's a mild start for us. We'll get some breaks in those clouds, get a little bit of sunshine poking through the area off and on through the day. So we'll call it a mix of sun and clouds all day long. But after 1 o'clock is when we could start to see some of these isolated showers. Highs today right around 79 degrees. Back to you guys.
This morning, friends and loved ones are remembering 3 Henry County High School students killed in a crash.
And there are 2 other teenagers this morning that are in the hospital with serious injuries. Molly Oak is live from Eagles Landing High School. Molly, so many people are waiting for some answers about what caused this crash.
Investigators working aggressively to try to figure out what caused the teen's car to veer off the road and into a tree. Meanwhile, students here at the high school mourning the loss of their classmates. You can see the makeshift memorial out front here with balloons, candles, handwritten notes and flowers. Also up on the walls of the high school, on multiple walls actually, we're seeing words like "in loving memory" and "always in our hearts." Now, this comes after the crash happened on Wednesday afternoon at Oak Grove Road and Oak Grove Circle in McDonough, just over a mile away from the school. It happened shortly after the school let out around 3:15 in the afternoon. The Henry County coroner identified the teens killed as 15-year-old Katrina Owens and 15-year-old Jordan Brown, also the one who was driving the car, 16-year-old Kendarius Dodson. This week, students held a balloon release to remember their classmates, and this morning we're hearing how their friends are remembering them.
You always love baseball. And then Trina, see that loud girl and love to make TikToks, happy, all that junk. Jordan, she was quiet. She didn't really talk to nobody. Every time you see Jordan, you see Trina.
You can tell just standing out here, guys, there's a lot of love for these teenagers. Of course, as investigators continue to work on what caused that crash, we'll bring you updates on air and online. Guys.
All right, Molly, thank you. Thinking of those families for sure. Turning now to some other headlines. The parking deck at Wellstar Kennestone Hospital in Marietta is still closed this morning after multiple cars caught fire there. This is video sent in from an 11 Alive viewer. You can see that heavy black smoke right there. That was coming from the blue deck on Thursday. Nearby streets were shut down for several hours, and streets surrounding the deck were also, closed down to make sure everybody stays safe and contained. Firefighters say structural engineers going to come in to check out the garage.
New this morning, Governor Kemp says he's going to make sure Georgians can find everyday items on store shelves. Earlier this week, the governor extended the supply chain state of emergency, focusing mainly on gas and the trucking industry. It outlaws price gouging for fuel, and it suspends any rule that limits the hours truck drivers are able to work. That keeps things moving on our highways. The executive order ends June 14th.
Just into the newsroom in just a few days, former Vice President Mike Pence is expected to be in Georgia, according to Governor Kemp's communication director. Pence will join Kemp on the campaign trail Monday, May 23rd, a day before the primary elections. More than 8,500 new jobs are coming to Georgia. A U.S. official says Hyundai is expected to announce plans for a new electric vehicle plant near Savannah next week. President Joe Biden is traveling to South Korea, where he will reportedly finalize the plans. We're told Hyundai will invest more than $7 billion in the new plant.
People who live in the Old Fourth Ward only have a few more days to apply for a special guaranteed income program. Women who are accepted will get $850 a month for 2 years. Applications are open through May 15th. That is this Sunday. And that was a look at your top headlines this morning.
Today is the last day to request an absentee ballot in the Georgia primary. A little more than a week from now, voters will choose who will face off in top races around the state. Karis Belger live from an early voting site in Buckhead this morning. Karis, we got to be careful here because the rules for absentee ballots have changed quite a bit for people. Tell us what they need to know.
Yeah, so there's quite a few changes to keep track of. I'm at the Buckhead Library. It's one of only 7 locations where you can drop off your absentee ballot, but because of the changes to the voting laws, you have to go inside because that's where the drop boxes are being kept, and you can only do so during voting hours. Few more changes to keep track of. Take a look at your screen here. You can request your absentee ballot online, but you also have to print and sign a paper application. Once you do that, you have to submit that application. You can do that online, by mail, email, fax, or in person. Ballots are going to be mailed closer to Election Day, and new voter law limits the number of drop boxes. Election workers can begin opening and scanning absentee ballots 15 days before Election Day, but results can't be counted until the polls close. And those election results must be certified by the Monday following Election Day. So this moves that deadline up 4 days from where it was the last time. So just a few things people need to keep in mind, especially for absentee ballots for the upcoming primary.
All right, Karis, thank you. So if you want to keep track of all of that information, we got you covered. Just text the word VOTE to that number you see right there on your screen, and we'll send you a guide to everything you need to know about the primary. Your time right now is 6:56.
Here's what you need to know before you head out the door this morning. President Biden is meeting with mayors and police chiefs about funding for policing and public safety programs. He wants cities to use more of the money from the nearly $2 trillion relief package to help keep families safe. The president will address the nation about the issue today.
Jen Psaki will leave her role as the White House press secretary today, making way for Karine Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre will become the first black woman and openly LGBTQ person to hold the position. Psaki has said that she looks forward to spending more time with her family, but has not discussed her other plans.
Today, a ceremony for those who made the ultimate sacrifice. The names of the officers killed in the line of duty will be engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. And tonight, someone will read all the names aloud during a candlelight vigil.
Well, we've been talking about some isolated showers around, but I still think you'll be able to eat your lunch outside today. Not expecting those showers until after about 1 o'clock. 73 degrees will be our temperature by noon. 3 o'clock when the kids get out of school, just in time for the weekend. There will be a few isolated showers around, perhaps even an embedded thunderstorm or two. Be on the lookout. Carry the umbrella with you just in case. Driving home, still those isolated showers. Temperatures down to about 77 degrees by 6 o'clock. Cheryl?
Excellence runs in the Cashland family. These triplets are all new graduates from Georgia Tech at the age most graduate from high school. They're 18 years old. The 3 brothers all have degrees in neuroscience, and they graduated with honors. We first introduced you to Adam, Zane, and Rami when they graduated at West Forsyth High Schools as their first co-valedictorians. They've been together ever since, and now they're on to Harvard Medical School together. Wow, these brothers are something else. And let's just talk about mom and dad for a second, shall we?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
a good DNA combination.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
wow.
Really deep pockets.
True.
That's all coming back around,
Yes,
though.
indeed.
They're all in
Exactly.
medical school.
Dad's happy about that.
Take care of mom and dad, right?
Yeah, dad's like, go off and do your stuff. Mom's like, come back home. Everybody have a great day. Have a great weekend. Today's show is coming up next.